I'm gonna have to wait till that wall is built. Get that there. Actually, can you do construction? No. But Sam should be able to. Yeah, you can do it. And you can do cooking, mate. The fuck you going? Let's get you to deconstruct these two so that I can fix up the wall. Alright. I love that they have found a few little statues around the place. The other thing too is I will probably need some level of air conditioning or something in here. Like, I've got the cooler things, but I don't want this to be super, super hot or super cold. Mind you, it's insulating pretty well, because it's like 35 inside and it's 41 outside. I didn't realize it was so warm. How'd they go with that air conditioner? I guess we don't have components and stuff. I give everyone... what? A HD TV. I don't have that kind of stuff. I can't make TVs or anything, so... I guess only what I can buy, right? And most of the TVs, like I got one in the hospital and we got a few in the rec area, but that's about it. Like we've got one mega screen, flat screen TV, and I think I've got 4 tube televisions around the place. That's just like as good as they're getting at the moment. I noticed that they destroyed the statue that was here though. That's interesting. Either that or it's one of the ones that I moved. What are you doing that, cat? Panther. I like that we've got like a whole fucking readers club and stuff now. Some people playing poker. It's good. It's nice to see my people actually working on this. Once I pull up... I don't want to pull up all of the... For fuck's sake, that's not what you want to make, mate. I gotta seal this. But yeah, anyway. I'll slowly get this built back up. I have enough materials for this, and quite frankly, I could make a little storage zone for it up here. But it just takes so long to get my stuff up here. So I'm making this all electric, if I can. And I think these are all fueled. I do want a fueled section, but I want to keep my fueled and my electric separate. Which means I've got to actually build some extra electrical stoves, which isn't a problem. So I'm going to have space like that. So that's not too bad. Like I could put a dividing wall here. I could make like a small box or something. Like they could come in and then move around or something if I wanted to. But I don't think that's going to be necessary. I think this will be just 2 sections through here. And I guess I could put all my fueled stoves down the bottom line. I know what I just said before, but I think I could probably put them all down the bottom. It won't be too much of an issue. Get you guys to move this all up in here now. I'm gonna have to probably make more stoves. Like I am hoping to have enough power through the base to be able to power everything. Like it's still gonna take me a bit. I don't know if that one's getting moved. I guess that one isn't getting moved, but let's just get it moved. Move you up here. I want that to move out of there so I have the fueled stoves come up here. Alright, I need that to go, then I can move it over. Dela Cruz, mate, can you do building? No. I think she can? Can you? No, you're a 5. You do other shit, melee. I kind of know the ones that I normally call on for certain things, but like there's some people in here I haven't really called on for a while to do certain things. Like Jet's not going to do it. Kangaroo might. Hippo might. Nah. A lot of the people I'm finding walking around this area are just not going to have... there's E. He will. Not many people have building skills, except for like a couple of people. Let's get those 2 things moved, and that way I can like keep moving with this. I also don't need that pillar technically. That can go. I think this will be fine because it's skinny enough of a room that it should stay roofed the whole way across. And I was working on lights before we had whatever we had before the fucking punch up or break or whatever. So that'll get me lights pretty much all the way through here except for like here. That should do. I could put them on the center bits here. It would be like excessive light, but I can't really see that being much of an issue. It's just more power, obviously. But yeah, if I can get all of this up in here, that would be amazing. And I guess let's shove a random statue in the room just for shits and giggles. I guess we can throw an extra passive cooler over here. And I kind of don't really want the fireplace up in here anymore. So, once I've moved that, thinking that it would be smarter to keep the, what do you call it, the dining rooms and stuff forwards. Like, having a passage where they could go through and put food and stuff like in here isn't any issue. Like, they could still use that as a big storage zone long ways, and then I could have probably a couple of dining rooms or something connected from underneath. I just don't know if they'd all be used. I don't know. I can give it a go and try to make a couple. I'll probably end up getting rid of this construction down here, and then this will all open up in the center. Give me a bit of an interesting like side bit to it, honestly. I don't tend to make too many straight, square, rectangular shapes in my base. I think you guys can kind of tell that, like, I don't usually do this shit. So when I do it, I don't do boxes. I do fucking rectangles and stuff. I like more like weird shapes like this and this thing, and like this is a bit of a rectangle, but it's not quite, you know, my big diamonds and shit. We have some food animals around too, which is nice. What is that? It's uranium. I didn't realize I had uranium there. I also ended up making... Sorry, I'm trying to have a drink. I was trying to zoom in discreetly while I was having a drink or something, and I'm like... we went sideways. Oh man. Do the diagonal walls need to be connected, or can they be connected just by corners? So I do this for aesthetic purposes, but if you really wanted to, let me go over the side far away so that they're not going to just start building it, because I know what my people are like. If a construction item comes up on the list, they'll just run for it. You can literally just make a wall like this, and apparently it counts as being a wall, right? My only thing with this is I do find that when I have had this sort of style wall, I have found that like temperature seeps really bad. That's just personal experience myself. Like, it might not actually be what happens. It's just something that I had noticed. I want you to pull that, please. But yeah, I do this for aesthetics. Like, this is 3 wide and this is 2 wide, and I just like that it looks properly sealed. But I think it would count if it was just like one diagonal thing, because I've had that on a couple of designs. I had that on the prisons, the last place. Hold on, where is that? Well, I don't think I want that one. Salvation. On Salvation, I don't know how well you can see it. If you're on a phone, it's going to be really hard to see. But if you see the couple of little circles, they have like a cross through the center of them. They were my prisons, and each one of those counted as an individual room. So it does count as sealed. It's just that for aesthetic purposes, I prefer to have dual walls. Like, it also does better insulation and stuff too. Like, this kitchen is showing it the best. Like, this is 34 degrees inside. It's 33 degrees outside at the moment. But earlier when it was daytime, it was like 41 outside. It was 35 inside. And the temperature hasn't really changed from that. Once I've got this sealed and I've got this being refrigerated, then it will start to make a bit of a difference. I sort of do want them to still be able to come in through here. I think I'll want like air conditioners about here though. Because what I could do is, if I was to take this down by just a little bit more, leave that where that is, right? If I was to take this along here, right? And then I'd probably have to kind of like double wall this for the insulation purpose. It's a very long, skinny room, but I think this will be okay. Silverware's got inspired recruitment, but I don't have prisoners at the moment. So that's double walled. If I left this single walled on these outer bits, I could put air conditioners on them. And I think if I was to put like 3 air conditioners along this wall, this would probably be the best spot for it. And then I could put air conditioners there facing inwards too. And I think that would work. It's not going to super insulate it, but it's going to help it a little bit. What I'm kind of doing with this base, like some of the design, these big diamonds, they are a replication of a colony that I had before I started streaming. Like, it's literally, I'm designing the exact same, like, diamond sort of thing. And kind of this one down here too, but just different workbenches and stuff. I love all my animals going off to bed. It's fantastic. But yeah, this is kind of pretty much the same. This, I tried making this a little bit on Quillen, my second location, and it wasn't really very efficient. And the grow rooms and stuff like that, that shit's normal. But, like, the circles are a bit of a replication of Salvation's location with the prisons, except they're hospitals. I never had intention to make this a hospital, but it is working at the moment because I just don't have my 2 hospitals online at the moment. Once I've got them both, that will probably just, I'll design my prison a bit better. At the moment, it's just neat and stuff. But yeah, because we're going to stay here for a little while before I want to move, I need to get them stable again. We need to have that, like, you know, the 20,000 fucking pemmican surplus, the fucking 200,000 chocolate and all sorts of shit. Like, right, we just need to actually have a surplus of shit again. Until we can do that, I don't really want to try to move again, because we moved twice really quick. We moved once and we didn't get too set up, and we just used up a lot of resources in the process of moving. And then the 1.5 update happened and we had to move as an emergency because the tile glitched. So we had to get the fuck out of there, which meant I left so much resources behind, and I didn't know I had a caravan glitch where my people were emptying the caravan as they were loading it. So we ended up leaving without food. So because of a whole bunch of little things like that, I just want to give them somewhere where they can kind of like build up and have some nice shit before we move, just so that we can have like a bit of food surplus. Everybody can have clothes, fresh clothes. Everybody can have a weapon. Everybody can have a better room. I'm working towards that, but it's going to take time. At least most people have a room. That's kind of the thing. Most people have an individual room with a double bed. Eventually we'll have bedside tables. There'll be lights, animal beds. Fucking who knows? I might put a chair in there or all sorts of shit. Right, but we'll get there. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's something I'll grab Dodsworth to do, and then I promptly forgot what I was going to get him to do. I'm not sure what it was. I grabbed Dodsworth specifically because I need him to construct something, but I don't know what I was going to get him to construct. It's just completely gone. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I'll figure it out later. It's fine. Oh man. I'll tell you what though, if I could buy some, what do you call it? Some stuff from allies, that would be really great. And I think what I'm going to do is, after you put away that rice, I'm pretty sure we called purple, and I'm pretty sure I had yellow recently here, but fuck it, I'm going to call for each of them. Which one doesn't like each other? I think it's purple and green I can have at the same time. No, they don't like each other. It's fine. Purple and yellow like each other. So we'll try that. We'll get 2 people at the same time and see how it goes. What'd you do with Toxic Fallout with this larger colony? No idea. I've never seen Toxic Fallout in the game ever. I legitimately have no idea what it looks like or what it does. Pretty much for the longest time, whenever somebody started talking about Toxic Fallout, I assumed that they were talking about like a mod or what do you call it? Like one of the DLCs or something having it. So I got no idea. However, I did see it. It is on the list of Rim Connect events that you can call in. So I mean, if you really want to see, like, if you've got time on Friday in amongst like my 12-hour stream and stuff to save up a little bit of points and stuff and throw a toxic fallout at me, you can do that if you want. I can't remember what I set like the value of it to, but everybody should be able to acquire points pretty quickly. So I kind of like, I value people's time and kind of relish in people like having the option to, you know, do a lot of things when it comes to special days like that. So I can't call it them. So yeah, I'm pretty much just like kind of, hold on, I hope I'm calling in the right ones here. I think I did. So yeah, I should have it that if somebody does lurk around for a bit, you should be able to get coins pretty quickly to be able to use for like higher difficulty kind of threats and stuff. Is what I was trying to say. Is like, you know, you shouldn't have to be around for too long to be able to cause havoc and stuff, you know, or help or whatever. Just because like it's a one-day thing, and because I haven't done it before, nobody in my community will have points with me, so it'll also be my first time experiencing that fucking Rim Connect stuff. So I see it as it should be pretty interesting. And I do assume that like people that are really familiar with it are probably going to just absolutely bust out like the weirdest, like worst stuff and everything. So yeah, it should be pretty fun. There's going to be shit that goes off and I have no idea what it is or how to deal with it. And I'd say Toxic Fallout would be a really good example of that. So we're calling the yippee days, what? Days be prepared. Oh my god. Alright. Well, I'll keep an eye out for it when you do it. I still won't know what to do with it, but I mean, I'll figure it out, won't I? Because I've heard, I don't know if it's that or the volcanic winter, but I've heard one of them lasts for like 15 days. I had to look up what some of these things were because I saw them in the list and I have no idea what they are because I've never seen them happen in my game. But I've had people mention things before, like the volcanic winter one. There was another one where somebody suggested that a few weeks ago and I'm like, I don't know what that is because I've never seen it. But yeah, apparently I think it's like 15 days of winter or something. Like bad winter. So that would be pretty interesting. I'm going to have to, when they're done calling in the allies, because I want to just give it a little bit longer before I call for an extra one. Because I don't think I've called for all of them. I think I've called for most, but not all of them. I want to try to get allies here. Not so I can really sell them shit, but so I can get components. Because my people are not going to make components fast enough. Yeah, heat waves happening. Well, we're in summer too, so this is going to be pretty bad. We've got passive coolers all around the place. I guess, what are these set to? They're set to pretty cold. Inside is like 20 degrees. And the people inside aren't going to fry. Maybe the people in here are going to have problems. I don't have air conditioners in these rooms. I can't air condition them without like stopping off one of the corners. It isn't a huge issue. I just like the ability for them to get out at all sides. This I wish was made. The people sleeping over here are going to have a shit time. And as for my working air conditioners, not that one and not this one. I want these two. I want shit to spoil, so let's ramp you guys all the way up to nearly negative 100. Because this is 1 degree inside. It's not frozen, it's fresh. But when the heat wave comes, it's not going to matter much. What else was I going to do? Like, I need components and shit, so there's not much else I can do. I just need to wait until like a bit of time clicks over. I guess let's go check on that bolt action rifle situation. Hey, they made it. Okay, hold up. We can go. Where the fuck am I going? I'll go up to this one, right? Yeah? Yes. Okay. Cool. Well, I can send you guys out for that now, and it looks like a lot of my people aren't shitty, so a little bit longer And I'll send out a caravan too. In the meantime, I guess I can send you 3. And I do want to send somebody with a gun, not Nick. Nick is always pissed off. Hummingbird's usually down. Chalky's a nutcase. You're a cook. Unless somebody can send. Delicious is a problem. Wolverine's not too bad. I could send Wolverine. That's a little group, but I do need somebody that can actually trade with them. Because now that I realize that it's not just about going out there, I also want to be prepared with stuff in case they've got like steel and other stuff. I've got to send somebody decent for this. Hold on. I kind of might want to send either Labia or Silverware or Corpsey or somebody like that, if I can find one of them. If being the primary word here. Oh no, wait, I saw one there, Corpsey. Alright, and you've got a gun too, so that'll work. Corpsey can definitely do the conversation. Weeks is also a possibility for sending for this sort of stuff. Let's get you guys loaded up with the horses. I really want to have them have like all the fucking animals. I'd rather have like a second little group to go with them. Because like the more animals they get, the harder it is to get them the fuck out of here. I might just grab a second person and send them with like a whole bunch of like yaks, and a third person send them with a whole bunch of dromedaries. Just because I want to have a big caravan out. I also need my animals for the steel as well, so when did we get human meat? Hold up. Did I buy that? I'm gonna have to look at our butchering thing because I'm gonna take a guess I bought that. That's not right. I guess I gotta take... Oh, I could sell that to traders that are coming. If it doesn't expire first, I could sell it to them. Yeah, we don't do that here. It's terrible. This is like, I turn around for like 5 minutes. My people have got cannibalism shit going on in here. I know that they shouldn't have butchered somebody. We should not have that availability, but I'm gonna fucking check. Because my people, they're really testing the facts. I'll tell you that much. Alright, so they should be pretty good. They've got like 21 days of food. That should be a there and back situation. But I do want to load them up. I want to load them up primarily with like the majority of the shit that I want to sell. Wow, we are low on that. Either that or we don't have it in storage. We had thousands of this. The fuck? I might have sold some, maybe. Alright, well, I've got a lot of leathers and shit. I did want to sell Devil Strand. This is why I'm growing it, but I actually also want to use it for making stuff, like clothes and whatever. Alright. So we got all the wools on the furs. I do have a lot of uranium on me. If my allies are interested in that, I will sell them that, because I don't need that until like the last location or so. But I'm not lugging that over there. That's going to slow them down. And they might even not want to buy it, so... Nobody's installed that either. Oh no, that's a normal one. Sorry, that's a new one. Just keeping an eye out for stuff like that. I'd love to be able to take wood. We have so many weapons that are on the ground. I have all this clothing and stuff. The problem is I've got traders coming in. And I don't have a lot of like money for stuff like this. But the furs that I've got, there's not going to be a lot. Tell you what. Like, I can definitely sell the ones that are coming to me food. And not everywhere buys food. But I do have 10,000 rice. Can you fit 10,000 rice? Yes. That should be fine. Okay, so we've got like 10,000 rice for bartering. I could also take 10,000 potatoes. That would cap me a little bit, but we do have a lot of food. I don't think that's too bad. Maybe. I'll just take the extra shit. The shitty clothes. Some of these places will buy it, some of them won't. I'm going to a primitive settlement, so they might buy clothes, and they probably should buy food. Should be fine. But yeah, the ones that are coming to me, I mean, I can always barter with food if I need to. Not everybody accepts it, but it's easier than me carrying something out there. I can't imagine needing more than 1,000 fucking animals, but I'd like it to be closer to 2,000 in case, just because we're going so far. The other thing too is if I actually have excess stuff, I can stop by a couple of the other traders over there. I might just, no, I'll put the extra fucking 10,000 potatoes. I'll put the extra 10,000 potatoes on a different caravan. Like, we got 19,000 rice on a different pile too. We can always throw that on another one, but yeah, send that. Confirm that. Go back out for a sec. I want to send a second one that has just a couple of people. I'll find people that don't tantrum often. Kimmy does, Teddy does. All this section does, Purple does. Nitro doesn't very often. Delicious does. Armadillo doesn't. Grey doesn't. Okay, that should be plenty enough for like a second group of people. And I don't need that many. But I can send you guys out with the yaks, because they might get milk among other stuff while they're out. I don't want to send Chipper. Alright. That should be a big enough caravan. I do still have some weight carrying ability on like the mufflos and the dromedaries and calves and shit. So we should be okay with that. But, oh, hold on, go back there. What I want is, that should be fine. You guys can take that many packaged survival meals. Not that stack of potatoes and not that stack of corn. Gonna load you guys up with the 10,000 potatoes. I think you'd be fine with that. That should be maybe enough bartering. Fuck it, we'll throw some berries on there. They'll do. Okay, so they're going to have a shit ton of food to potentially barter with. And I know that we just went through starvation and now we have food and stuff, but any severe excess at the moment, it's not like I can cook it enough. It's not like we can really get that cooked up into, like, we've got packaged survival meals going, we've got a few regular meals. Like, hold on. We got 900 packaged survival meals. Once that hits 1,000, it should stop. And they've got 300 odd simple meals. And we got 2 carnivore meals. So they are starting to make other shit too. So this isn't too bad. Now, this human meat situation, hold on. Let me look at my butchering tables. And no humans. I'm pretty sure that's not a me error. I'm pretty sure I bought that. But I want to check. Because, I mean, all it takes is me being really fucking tired one day and not noticing. And then we have... Yeah, no, it's definitely not me. I've bought that. I've accidentally bought that. Mind you, the few cannibals that I do have in my colony are probably quite happy. And they can't cook that meat. Because I'm pretty sure I've got that on all the benches. They're not allowed to cook with it. I did see it in here earlier. And I'm like... What is this? Because, like, I was thinking, oh, maybe it's a different appearance of something. Like, you know how we've got, like, one square of chocolate and stuff. Like, maybe it just looks different. Oh, my God. You can really tell when I haven't experienced something much in the game. Because I just don't notice it or I don't pick up on it straight away. And then it's kind of funny. But, yeah, that was a bit of a me error. But, yeah, as soon as I can seal in this room, I'll move all my benches and shit up. And then they'll have this big-ass... sort of area. And I don't mind the concept of having the butchering room being here. I think that'd be fine. I think this being a storage area should be sufficient. I hope. For storing all the food and stuff. I do hope that that'll be enough of a room. Because, like, the initial idea was I planned to have 2 of these. And I did make 2 of these rooms. But most of the time, if we have a surplus of stuff, at least 1 or 2 of my colonists are bored enough that they'll sit here and move stuff back and forth between the benches until we only are using like 5 benches. So unless we have like a huge harvest where like all 50 of my grower people have gone out and picked stuff and all of my animals are bringing stuff in, I shouldn't have too much of an issue with that. Reminds me, I do need to check that these are actually getting tamed and stuff. They are working on it. Not everybody's getting fully tamed. Mind you, that one's very young. It's got a lot of handling for very, very young. It's a surprise. But, yeah, we're getting there. I would like to even out my numbers eventually. Once the ducks and the chickens get up on their quantities again, it shouldn't be as bad. So these two don't seem to have additional training. I'll have to keep an eye on them. I don't mind that the rhinos don't get that. They don't get that anyway. But yeah, there's